Alrighty then, let's get into this. I'm doing a video on lipid and bilipid membranes. Here on Earth, yeah. On Earth, not on a human body. Like us, a little small, but on a great big, huge carcass. This here is a bilipid membrane, lower level. And it's actually got 4 layers to it. Got the top layer with a cap on it, you got the bottom layer, and there's a cap right here on the bottom that makes these cells not opened up on the underneath side. Got transfer channels here, but you got the bottom layer of the lipid or bilipid membrane and the top layer, and you got this aqueous center here on it. This is not an intrusive basalt. This is sandstone. Okay, an igneous intrusive basalt would have to be liquid at one time. This was never liquid and flowy at one time, you understand? And plus that's silicon dioxide. They don't realize what they're actually looking at here, and it's a bilipid membrane. It's not some eroded basalt. That's a total... Anybody thinks that's... got a screw loose. Let me show you something else now. I'm going to show you some more, another bilipid membrane and some lipid membranes that are 100 miles away from here. 100 miles, okay? Alright, we're going to be flying along with the drone here. I was just over this right here, which is an interstitium layer. And we're going to be coming to right there. This is another bilipid membrane right here. And I'm going to show you the top layer. I'll show you in just a second. I'll go up there and show you because I'm standing up here. And I will show you what this looks like. Now I'm going to show you, this is a bilipid membrane. And then this is all the biology in between the layers. And now I'm going to show you some lipid membranes. Okay, I got the, like I said before in the previous video, I have a drone out of the ocean looking back on this. Here's that bilipid membrane. Okay. And all these lines right through here are lipid membranes. If you notice in between each layer, there's biology. These things sticking out of here in between each layer. Look over here in the corner. You see these layers in here and see the stuff, the biology that's in between the layers? Look up in here. See those round balls and stuff right in there? That are in between the layers. A membrane with this stuff in it. Got a membrane here. You really can't see much in it. Another membrane here in between these two membranes. See all this debris right in here? In between those two membranes? Okay, so we're going to go a little bit further here. This is all biology. This is not a sedimentary deposit. Oh darn it. Okay, right there. Those are membranes. They're lipid membranes. And see in between the layers, see this debris in here? In between these two layers, see this debris in here? Okay, you got some debris sticking out right here in this corner of between these layers, but that's the biology in between each membrane. Got another membrane up here, and there's biology right through here, through the middle of it. See right here, between that layer and that layer? Hold it. Sorry. You can see the biology in there between this layer, then the biology, this layer, and you got some biology down here. You got the next lipid membrane, and you got this biology in here. You got this next membrane, and you got some stuff sticking out right through here. You got this next membrane, and you got stuff up here in the corner. So you got this membrane, you got this stuff laying through here, then you got another membrane right here. You see what I'm saying? These membranes, these lipid membranes are separating the layers of biology. Okay? Here you can see it really well. See in between all those lines? That's the biology in between each lipid membrane. Okay? I mean, it's very distinct. You can see in between these two membranes you got that. In between these two you got that. In between these two you got this. This is biology. That's just not all just coincidence of these, oh, those are just different layers of sediment. That's a big lie. This is all transition. Most of it's sandstone. Okay? And you You got that membrane right there, and you can see it in between. That's the membrane. Now I'm going to go back to that one on that lipid one, bilipid one, I'm sorry. But look at this. That is so obvious. In between all the look at this down in here. In between that membrane, or that membrane and that membrane, look at all this debris right. Look at all that right there. In between this one and this one, look at that stuff in there. In between this one and this one, look at that stuff in there. Between this one and that one, look at the stuff in there. I hope this is obvious to you. I mean, it's so obvious to me anymore, it's not even funny. This is cotton picking biology, man. These are not just, oh, that's just a coincidence. In between that layer's that. In between that layer's that. In between that layer's that. All the same? You kidding me? It's insanity, man. They just can't handle the... You know what? Their pride and arrogance has really gotten to them, man. I'll tell you what. Now, let's see if we get a view here of... There's the bilipid. That's the biggest one of all. This is the biggest membrane in here, right through there, okay? And that's close to the one I just showed you up north. That great big one that's a 6 feet, 7 feet between. And then you got a lot of huge biology, and there's another membrane right through here. This is another bilipid membrane right through here, I believe. Okay? And look at all this huge chunk of biology in between. Look at all this stuff in here. This is some kind of biology. I don't know what, but it's definitely biology, and I believe that's the other bilipid membrane right here. Then you got this one here and all the biology in between the two. Now let me show you what this bilipid membrane looks from the top, the cap piece. Okay, here it is. Now right here is where we're getting into the top piece of that bilipid membrane that I was just showing you from the ocean side. Yeah, I try to get on there, get my camera look straight across. I think I got a layer underneath that taffany layer of something here. Look at this. I just noticed. Right underneath. Oh, this is going to be slick, I'll bet. See, we're getting into the top layer of the cell cap right here. And then we're getting into the cells here. Okay? I mean, look at this stuff. Are you kidding me? This is not sedimentary deposit. Right underneath this. Look at that. And I'll play this piece in real time. I'll add it on to the end. And there we're getting into the cells. This is the cap. See, I told you before on a bilipid membrane there's actually 4 layers, not just the two top and bottom cell structure and the aqueous in the middle, but it's got a cap on the top and on the bottom that seals the cells off so they're not exposed. Is that? There they are. Those are the cells. Okay? And it's eroded away. See this layer underneath it? I mean, look at this. Oh, that's just sedimentary deposit. Yeah, okay. Duh. Okay. I'm sorry, I gotta make fun of it because it's just preposterous. This gets to be asinine. Excuse my French. They just don't realize what they're actually looking at. This is the cell stuff, like the stuff up north. And see, around the cells you got that, I can't remember what this membrane is called around all the cells individually, but it's here also on this here. So I'm standing on top of that bilipid membrane I showed you from the ocean side. Okay, so I'm going to play this at the end, show you it in entirety, and so I hope you enjoyed this, and hey, it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. I'll go toe-to-toe with any geologist over this. I understand geological theories very well. Most of them are actually not true. They're theory. Does anybody understand what the word theory means? Theory does not mean fact. Theory means theory. Fact means fact. Geological theories. Theories. That's what they are. And they think they are total facts now. Because you say it enough times and regurgitate it enough times, it makes it true, right? We all learned this. All you gotta do is say it over and over and over and over and over again. It makes it true. Oh yeah. Alright, have a blessed day. Hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Alrighty, here's that video. It's the entirety, well, close to its entirety. I'm going to edit some of it out because it takes too long. The video's up to already 13 minutes with all this full length right here. But you see to the right there, that taphany. This is all decay. This is not some sedimentary deposit. This is absolutely biology. I mean, you find no sedimentary deposits like this that are true sediment. I've done videos on them, on quite a few sedimentary deposits. So yes, there are sedimentary deposits, but this is not one of them. And they just do not understand what they're looking at. We're coming up on the top of that cap I showed you from the ocean side. This bilipid membrane right straight in front of us is some of the biology to that bilipid membrane. Some of the stuff I just do not know. It's, eroded and there's chunks here and there, and I'm not sure what it is, but it's absolutely not. It's not geological. Oh gosh darn it. I guess they want a godless creation, but sorry, but it's not true. God, the Kolbrin Bible speaks of, and it's the only text that speaks specifically of Earth's land masses were built up by these carcasses, specifically two giant dragons that were killed and cut in pieces and thrown to Earth, and the land masses were built up by these carcasses that fell from the heavens of other creatures. Okay, right straight in front of us is the top layer that caps off, that seals the cells. That's what we're getting ready to walk up on, all that right there. That's the top layer. And this is this other, that's what caps this off so that it's not exposed, these cells in the body. Okay, so those are just like the stuff I showed you up north, a lot more eroded though. They're really worn down bad right here. And this is all sandstone. And this was never an igneous intrusive basalt. It was liquid at one time and just eroded and turned into sandstone, silicon dioxide. That's, for one thing, it's impossible. So I'm showing you this layering right here, and a lot of it's missing. A whole lot of it's just missing and gone. Like that hole right there, it's just, that chunk's missing. So right below this is that whole layer that's below this bilipid, right straight out in front of that peak piece. That's where all that interstitium's laying, that in the fabric still that I've showed you before. And this is the bilipid membrane. And there's also I showed you a little bit earlier the bottom piece, I believe, of this bilipid membrane, and then all the stuff in between this layer, the next layer, and then below that bottom layer of this bilipid membrane would be that interstitium, and the other side of that interstitium I showed you is another lipid membrane. So the human mind cannot really handle what's going on here, so don't know what to say, man. All right. Well, it looks like that's about all I'm going to show, so hope you enjoyed the show, folks. Yeah, right straight out in front of you, that's where all that whole layer is an interstitium layer. Now that just geologically formed with no heat and pressure or nothing like that, and just formed all these balls that are tied together. And are you kidding me? There's really no geological theory for this. All right, so have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.